Hi everybody, this is Dark Storm Comic Reviews here with a review on Green Goblin issue 9. And before we start, I just want to make clear, the last issue I did was actually Green Goblin issue 8. I think I accidentally said it was issue 9, so I apologize for that. Yeah, this is issue 9. The last one was issue 8. So I just wanted to apologize for that. The last issue with Angel Face was issue 8. This one is issue 9. So yeah, Green Goblin issue 9. So we got a cool cover here. Seems like we got a new villain in this story called NetShape, which interestingly enough, in the actual book we don't get his real name. So it's kind of just he didn't really have a name. He's just kind of there. But yeah, cool cover. Sorry for the glare today. But yeah, cool cover. Just want to make sure I get this. We got the bomb here. Got the Green Goblin, got NetShape, he's kind of grabbing onto him a little here. I think he's trying to mimic his glider, so, I'll get into that in a minute of why I think he'd be mimicking his glider. But anyways, yeah, let's get into the story. Story starts off, and Phil and his buddy, Fast Freddy Glazer, are at a, kind of like a video game convention, I guess you'd call it, like a video game convention. And Phil's playing around with this virtual reality thing. It's playing like this virtual reality game, and in this game, he's obviously the Green Goblin. He's just taking down all these so you got Spider-Man here, some of the X-Men, I believe, some of the Avengers, and we got Wolverine coming at him here. Here's an Avenger, yeah. So he's taking them all down, and Phil's obviously just having a blast here. But his sorry, my bad guys, my bad. Sorry about that. Trying to situate my hand there. But his buddy Fast Freddy is like, hey bud, let's go check out the other stuff. Phil's obviously just really into the game here, as you can see. But yeah, so they're just walking around the convention, and we get all these cool statues here. We got Jubilee, yeah, Jubilee from the. I'm not really a big X-Men fan, but Jubilee. We got a couple cool other statues here. We got an Earthworm Gem. And, And they're just kind of walking around the convention. And his friend Freddy is all into it. And Phil's just kind of like, these video games aren't really for me. I'm just kind of caught in Freddy's orbit. I'm just kind of here because I'm his friend. They're cool, but I'm not into it as much as he is. And Freddy here is like a huge fan of video games and stuff. Kind of like me, I guess. But yeah. Let's keep going. So yeah, Freddy and Phil were just checking everything out. Freddy's like, we got to check out this new movie called the video game. I'm sorry, they're making a sequel to this video game, and it's called Killer Teenage Aliens from the Mutant Death Star, which is super cheesy, but it's kind of funny. But he's like, yeah, let's go check it out. He's like, whoa, check out these hot ladies, check out these babes. And Phil's like, what are you talking about? And then they spot Meredith Campbell, and they spot Lynn Walsh, and for those of you who watch the other reviews, Lynn Walsh is Phil Urich's crush, and Meredith here is kind of just his buddy, Meredith Campbell. So they're kind of just friends. So, they spot him, and they get into this conversation. Lynn's like, I want to be in, because that's her thing, because I mentioned, I think, in another issue, Lynn's whole thing is that she's very career-minded. She wants to be this, investigative reporter. She wants to be serious with her job. So she's very, very into, she really wants to be a reporter. But she talks about how she also likes, the fantasy and everything and all the card games. So, her and Freddy kind of hit it off, and Freddy kind of just knocks Marie to the other way. It's kind of funny language. She's like, mind shooting on your space? And he goes, no, I'm fine. It's kind of funny. But anyways, yeah, so they start hanging out. And Phil here obviously gets jealous because, he likes Meredith. But then he likes Lynn. I'm sorry, he likes Lynn. He likes Lynn, so he gets jealous. But then he goes just because I, never told him about, my crush on Lynn doesn't mean he should be hitting on her. And to me, I'm kind of like, if you told him, this probably wouldn't be happening. So that is kind of your fault. You should have told your buddy that you were into this girl. This probably wouldn't be happening. So, but yeah, he's kind of upset that Lynn and Freddy are hanging out. But then this guy kind of runs past him. Next page here, and check it out. We get Snippy from Ren and Snippy. I gotta remind you guys that this comic book takes place in 1996, I believe. So, you're going to get a lot of 90s references, and this is a very kind of 90s video game convention. So that's why we have all the 90s references here. Stimpy, and then we get, here's the Killer Teenage Aliens game that Freddy was talking about, the sequel. And they're setting it up. And, so this guy here is basically, this guy here and this guy they all kind of started this whole company, this whole virtual reality video game company. And so basically the whole story here is that these guys kind of tossed this guy out because for money, for financial gain and everything like that. They kind of tossed him out for money reasons, because it's mainly this guy with the glasses here. He's kind of the executive. He's kind of all about the money and all the marketing and everything. Marketing is the most important thing. And so they kind of tossed him out of the company that these three here, the blonde guy and these two here, created. And so the blonde guy, he obviously isn't too happy about that. So he's like, I want revenge. I'm the creative guy behind this company. I did all the creative work. You guys just tossed me out like trash. This guy right here is like, creativity is nice and all, man, but come on. Money is where it's at. The marketing and all that. Like, come on, the creativity is a part of it. But, the marketing is where, all the magic really happens. So he's like, yeah, sure, whatever. You're just scummy. All I care about is the cash. And so he puts on the suit. And it's apparently like a virtual reality suit. So basically, anyone he wants to be, he can just think of that person he wants to be, and he becomes that person. Yeah. So he puts on the suit. I'm sorry, there's a lot of glare on this one. Puts on the suit, and he instantly becomes this dragon guy. This like gigantic dragon. That's pretty cool. I kind of like, again, the art in this is pretty good. So then, the guy's shocked, and everybody sees this dragon flying around. It's knocking everybody over, and Phil and his gang are barely able to duck, but they're able to duck out of the way. And it's funny because Phil makes a reference to the fact that what is this weird like stop motion thing like running around, and I like the fact that he thinks it's like a stop motion mechanical thing, and because back then they didn't really have CGI. Like they had it back in the 90s, but they didn't really use it that much. You'd see in like Jurassic Park or something, but so I like how he refers to the dragon as like a stop motion animatronic thing, because it's really cool, because that's what they did back then, because they didn't have a lot of CGI, so they did like a lot of stop motion stuff. But anyways, it feels like let's get out of here, let's get out of the way. And so these two guys here, like, that maniac could have killed us. He could have tried to destroy us. And the guy with the glasses obviously goes, because he's part of the marketing. He's part of the financial stuff. So he's like, that suit could be worth like billions of dollars. We need to figure out a way to get that suit. So he's not really worried about the guy. He's just worried about the suit. So, but anyways, get to the next scene. Phil and Freddy are walking home. Freddy's like, those chicks were pretty hot, especially Lynn. You can see Phil back here is kind of jealous. And so then Freddy's like, whoa, do I detect some jealousy in your voice, man? Like, why didn't you tell me you and Lynn, you were into Lynn? And he goes, or why didn't you ever ask Lynn out? And he goes, I tried to, but I could never muster up the courage to do so. She's always very hot, and I was always nervous, and I couldn't really ever do it. And so Freddy's like, you gotta hop on that train soon, man. Women like Lynn don't stay on the show forever, kind of trying to tell him just to muster up the courage to do it. So, so he decides, I'm going to take Freddy's advice. So he goes up to Lynn, about to ask her out. But Lynn, obviously isn't paying attention because, like I said before, she's very career-minded. She's very into her reporting and stuff. So she kind of zones out. And so Marita's like, don't worry about her right now, Phil. She gets really into the zone because Lynn's, very into her reporting. The blonde girl is Lynn. Yeah. So anyways, we keep going, and she kind of talks about the villains in the story, right? She kind of talks about how, we got, I kind of forgot their names, Jonathan Statesworth, Mark Portatio, and, Larson Todd Smith. So yeah, these are the three guys, and the blonde guy, I believe, is Jonathan Statesworth. Yeah, Jonathan Stachworth. Yeah, that's the blonde guy in the story, or the main guy in the story who got thrown out of the company. So yeah, basically these three guys started the company. Jonathan Stachworth was the one that wanted to get thrown out, mainly due to like profit margins and stuff and money reasons. You know, I guess he was losing them money or something because he was spending it all on research and development. So he was losing these guys money. Yeah, Jonathan here. Jonathan's the middle guy. So yeah, he basically got thrown out of the company, of which he helped to start. So that's why he kind of wants revenge. So we get to the next scene. And the guys kind of break into Jonathan's apartment, the blonde guy's apartment. They're kind of trashing his place, looking for the suit. Jonathan, of course, is disguised as a statue here, as you can see with the smile. But yeah, so they're looking for the suit. And then we get to this scene where Phil this is pretty cool. So Phil actually ends up rigging like this kind of remote control. And so now, because Spider-Man's whole deal always was when he needed to get into action, he would just go to a broom closet or something, and he would just shoot up a Spider-Man, right? Well, this is cool because it's like now, because whenever Phil would go somewhere, he'd always leave his like Goblin gear in his loft or in his apartment somewhere, So now he can just like with this remote control, he can just bring his Goblin gear wherever he needs to. So he's kind of got a way to where he never leaves without his suit or his equipment. So it's kind of cool. So he goes to the convention because he wants to try to find the Double Dragon guy. So he's kind of showing a little bit more of the responsibility, heroic angle again, which is kind of cool. But yeah, he gets there. Next page. Gets there. He spots Lynn Walsh and his friend Meredith. He's talking about how cool it would kind of be if Lynn was really into the Goblin. And then we see Jonathan here, the guy who got thrown out of the company. He's kind of hiding his virtual reality suit. And the financial guy, I think Todd Smith, the guy with glasses, that's his name. He goes after him. And Jonathan here gets surrounded. They're about to take him down. And then the Goblin's like, it's time for me to suit up. And we get this funny scene where he brings the glider, which he thinks is going to work. Because remember, remote control kind of here, like it's supposed to bring his glider, bring his equipment and everything. But he didn't really think ahead, of course. So he didn't think ahead. So he ends up like crashing the glider like right through the front door. So starts freaking everybody out. So, that didn't really work out well. So it's kind of a funny scene here. I want to make sure I get this better for you guys here. Remote control, glider, kind of crashes through the front door, the thing, knocks some people down. He gets on his glider, and you can see Lynn is very into the Goblin, and Marie's just like, creepy. So, keep going. And so Goblin suits up and is getting ready to go. Get this cool shot here of the smoke coming from the back. Goblin's here. And we see that Jonathan uses a virtual reality suit to transform to King Kong. Because like I mentioned before, this suit, like he can think of anybody who he wants to be, he can think of and become that person. Because it's like a virtual reality suit. So it's kind of like a King Kong type of thing, which is pretty cool. And so yeah, he's King Kong. Goblin's going after him, and he goes, and Jonathan's like, why are you interfering? I just want to get revenge on my two buddies who threw me out of the company. He goes, well, I need to protect some innocent bystanders because, you could, like, kill somebody. He goes, no need to worry about them. I just want to get revenge on the two people that threw me out. So then he transforms into Sub-Zero, obviously. They don't really try to hide the fact in this issue that well, that they're kind of ripping off certain characters. So to not get copyright claimed or sued, I guess the artist just kind of made Sub-Zero's face orange to kind of avoid the fact that... it's Sub-Zero, but it's clearly Sub-Zero, which I kind of like. I think it's actually pretty awesome. I like seeing Green Goblin go up against basically Sub-Zero. So, yeah. So, Sub-Zero, or Jonathan Jonathan as Sub-Zero shoots at Goblin. Goblin throws a bomb at him. Just want to get a cool picture, because this is kind of a cool picture. King Kong here. They fight a little bit. You can see Sub-Zero shooting his ice powers. Jonathan, but you know what I mean. Anyways, we keep going, and then we get another transformation. This time, Jonathan transformed to another Mortal Kombat character, Raiden, which I guess if you ask Marvel, this isn't Raiden, but it's clearly Raiden. Like they're not even really trying to hide it. So yeah, he kicks Goblin in the shin. Goblin fires back at him. Then of course we got to make that Spider-Man reference, so he transforms into Spidey. Got to have Spidey in here somewhere. So yeah, they're just basically having a fight, and it's pretty cool. And then we get this even more kind of blatant reference where, rope ties around Goblin, and we get a... Okay, so I'm not a Batman fan, really, so we get like a Batman-type character. And it's funny because... God, where is it? Phil talks about how, he can just transform into anybody, how this guy is really crazy, and he's just kind of like... He's even more whacked out than I am. And he goes how, besides some of his choices are, well, hardly appropriate. And he's kind of talking about the Batman kind of thing, which I thought was pretty funny. And then he transforms to the Hulk. He's beating up the Goblin. So just a lot of cool transformation and cool references. So, we get freaking Raiden and Sub-Zero and all these other guys. Spider-Man. Kind of cool. It's kind of like the artist really wanted to draw all these characters. So the writer was kind of like, we'll just make a guy who can be anybody. You can just draw anybody you want. So yeah, they're going at it. And then so finally he gets to the teenage death movie. I can't remember the whole name. But he gets to the guys that he wants revenge on. And so I can't tell who this is. His face looks like the Mask. Because, the Mask kind of has, from Dark Horse Comics in the movie, kind of has that face. But it also could be the Terminator. I don't really know what this is supposed to be or if it's an original creation. Because, a lot of the people we transform into are people we recognize, like the Hulk, Sub-Zero, Raiden. So I don't know who this is supposed to be that Jonathan transformed into, but it could just be whoever. But anyways, he's this guy and he's shooting up people. And so the guy's like, okay, we give up, you win. And the financial guy, obviously, the guy with the glasses, is like, we can still make money out of this. We can still cash in, get some money out of this. And the guy's like, dude, just think about your life for 1 second. Quit thinking about the cash. And, so anyways, Goblin's like, I gotta put a stop to this. And he goes, wait, this is the suit. Because, the guy mentioned it's a suit. Goblin's like, okay, it's a suit. So maybe if I use some of my I forget what he calls them, but the razor bats is what they're called. Because, Batman calls them batarangs. The Goblin, any of the Goblins call them razor bats. So Goblin comes in, it's like it's a suit. So if it's like a suit, it can be shredded, it can be destroyed. That's how I'll take him down. That's how he's able to, that's how Jonathan's able to project. That's how he's able to project himself into anybody he wishes. Because he uses the suit. So Goblin's like, I'll just shred the suit. And so he does. Throws some of his razor bats at it. Let me get a better shot for you guys. Yeah, it's kind of hard to make out, but that's a razor bat here, taking his hand, knocking against the TV. Another razor bat here. He's able to take out Jonathan. Jonathan loses his suit. His virtual reality suit kind of gets destroyed. And the marketing guy is kind of funny, but he goes, yes, who says the good guys never win? All this other stuff. More money and everything. And it's kind of funny. It's kind of a play on executives and everything. Which, it's not to be mean. It's probably just to be funny, to spoof stuff. But anyways, yeah, we get to the next scene, and you think that it's gonna go really bad for this guy, but then some one guy comes up and he's like, "Hey, we'll support you. We'll go against we'll go against the company that you work for. We'll support. We'll have your back, Jonathan. Sign with me. And all these guys just want to sign with him because they want his virtual reality. They want like a company or whatever. They want like exclusive rights to his virtual reality suits. They want to sign with him. And they want to make money. And Phil Green Goblin, he's kind of like really, this guy murders people. He destroys property. And he gets all these people who want to sign with him and make money. This is totally not right. And he goes, that's the biz, man. And hey, if you ever get popular enough to like write your own toy line or animation deal, just give us a call. And he's like, yeah, I'm never gonna be that popular. Like, yeah, I don't think that's gonna really happen for me. The Green Goblin. But anyways, so yeah, Phil saves the day. He flies the glider off. Lynn and Marie to the pier. Lynn goes off because, of course, she's very into her career. She's very much an investigative reporter. She has to do her job. And so Marie and Phil are like, Marie's like, don't feel bad. That's just how she is. She's very career-minded. That's how Lynn always has been. So Phil goes, you want to go grab a pizza, Marita? And she goes, I would love it. And it kind of hints at the fact that there could be something more going on with Marie DeCampo and Phil, because obviously they're just friends right now. And the girl Phil is interested in is Lynn. So, but they're hinting that maybe something could kind of happen between them later on. So, but yeah, that was Green Goblin issue 9, and sorry, get back here, last issue. That was Green Goblin issue 9. It was a good issue. I liked it. I actually kind of like NetShape. Like, I know there wasn't really too much to his character. He was a guy who kind of got thrown out of his company. But I liked his suit. I like the fact that he could kind of transform, use his virtual reality to transform into anybody he wanted. I like seeing Green Goblin fight Sub-Zero and King Kong and Raiden. I think I might have called Raiden Sub-Zero earlier. But yeah, seeing him fight Sub-Zero, Raiden, King Kong. I like seeing all that. That was cool. And then fighting the Hulk and then the freaking Batman. Like, they don't even really... Here, I'm going to go... I just want to do real quickly. I want to show you guys this. Like, they don't even try to hide the fact that, you know, a lot of these characters are from different franchises. Like, freaking, we got the alien here. And the only thing that separates him from the xenomorphs, like the actual xenomorphs, is 2 little eyes. Like, they really don't even try to cover it up. You know, and with the Sub-Zero, you know, they just painted his face orange and were like, you know, this isn't Sub-Zero. This is a guy with an orange painted face, but it's clearly Sub-Zero. But either way, yeah, I like seeing Goblin going up against, you know, different versions of characters in different media. But yeah, character was cool. Not much to him, but I probably would put him over Angel Face, though, just because, or I don't know, maybe not. But yeah, it was a good book, good story. Cool. I like seeing how Phil could like rig up a remote control for his Goblin glider. I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, cool book. I enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys later. And if you want to like and subscribe, you can. If you don't want to, that's cool too. So catch you guys later.